Alaskan Homemaker. I'm Mary. Today we're going to make some taco soup. So I've got my Dutch oven here and I've got 1.5 pounds of hamburger. This is my sister's recipe. This is so good. Our family loves this taco soup recipe. Still a little bit frozen, but it's mostly thawed. I thawed it in the microwave. We're going to get these onions into our hamburger that's all done now. We're going to get our spices in there too. It calls for 1 packet of taco seasoning mix and 1 packet of ranch seasoning mix. I have some ranch powder from Azure Standard and I'm going to get some of that in there. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of the ranch powder. Three tablespoons of my homemade taco seasoning. And I'm just going to eyeball this part of it. And we're also going to get a teaspoon of salt and some pepper. I like to freshly grind a jar of the peppercorns. That way I don't have to use the grinder to get the pepper in here. So I always have this jar. It's easier. Okay, and we're going to get those spices mixed up in here. This soup is so good. Y'all are gonna love it. It's one of our favorites. All those seasonings smell so good. Our onions are looking translucent. This recipe calls for pinto beans and kidney beans. You can use whatever beans you want to. This is a store-bought can of pinto beans that I rinsed and drained, so I'm gonna get that in there. I really like home canned beans the best. I'm almost out though, so I need to get canning some more beans. I've got a can of Great Northern beans that I canned up. So I'm gonna get that in there. You can just use whatever beans you have on hand. I've used black beans, pinto beans, all kinds of beans, and it'll taste really good. We're going to get a couple jars of water. Here's a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. The original recipe calls for stewed tomatoes, but I always have diced tomatoes. I never have stewed tomatoes on hand. So I'm just using 2 14.5-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. put some corn. It calls for canned corn, but I always use frozen corn. I think it tastes fresher and everything. So I'm gonna put some corn in there, and I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna put a little more. We're gonna get the lid on and let that bubble away for a little while. Our taco soup has been boiling for about 30 minutes, simmering away on the stove. I had some leftover rice. We like to eat our taco soup with rice. So I microwaved some rice and here's our delicious taco soup. And now we're ready to give it a try. It's really hot. It's so delicious. Y'all are gonna love this warm, comforting, delicious soup. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.